Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear students. In this part of our lecture, we will talk about the exercises, or we will explain the solutions of the exercises that we have in this chapter. So the first one is asking you to estimate the cost of the hospital for 350 beds. The construction will be finished in 2025. August at Al Khuwair using the data from another similar hospital of 250 beds finished at 2007. August, the same month, at Al Rustaq with the total cost of 1400,000 and assume the inflation rate is 3%. Assume cost of construction is the same at Al Khuwair and Al Rustaq. So why we are putting this note here? Because Al Khwair and Al Rustaq different locality, different locations. So there will be a difference in, it should be, there is a difference. It should be a difference between Al Khwair and Al Rustaq because different localities, far away from each other. Okay. So here we are assuming that the cost of the construction are the same in Al Khwair and Al Rustaq. So there is no difference here. Okay. So in 2007, we have that building. We have 250 beds, okay, and the cost was 1400,000, okay. This is why if we want to get the cost of one bed, we have the total cost of the hospital, and we know that the number of beds in that hospital is 250. And we said in this case we are calculating according to the number of beds. Like in schools also sometimes we are calculating at the number of desks or number of classrooms. Okay, so now we have these two numbers. We can divide this number, the total cost, by 250. We will get this amount, 5,600. 5,600 Omani reals. Okay. Okay. So inflation rate, we have 3%. Okay. And number of years, the difference between this year and that year. So this is calculated as it was like 2019. Okay, let's go ahead and say that it's 2019 because the solution is here 2019. Okay, so the difference in years is 12 years. Okay, so number of years, 12 years. Okay, now we have changed this number. We have changed the year number. So it became 2019 minus 2007. It will be 12 years difference between that project and this project. We have 12 years difference. So we have this formula. The future cost equals the present cost 1 plus R, which is the interest rate here, to the power of N, which is the number of years. So as we said, if we want to know the future cost in 2019 now, we're calculating this one. The present, we are suppose that it is the rate of 2007. 2007, in 2007, we have calculated the price, or sorry, the cost of bed 5,600. Okay, so at that time, it's 2007, in year 2007, the cost of the bed was 5,600. Now we want to change this one to the cost of the year of 19. So we will see that this 1 plus, according to the formula that we have, plus 3%. This is the 3%. This is the percentage that we have, inflation rate to the power of 12. This is the difference of years. And we will have this number. So this number resemble or represent the price of the bed in 2019. So see the difference in cost. This is more expensive than the first one because that one was at that time, at that year 2007. Now, after the inflation for 3% each year, it has become this number. So now it's more expensive in this year. Total cost in 2019, then we have the cost of one bed in this year, 2019, into 350 beds, which is expected to be constructed or which is constructed in 2019, and this will be the amount of the uh, hospital on or in 2019. Okay, now let's go to calculate the estimated cost for a 5-story and part basement building. We have a building of 5-story and there is a basement in this building to be finished at the end of the year 2023. Okay, and using the plinth area method, the plinth area for each floor is 500 square meter. The plinth area for the part basement is 250 square meter. Make your estimate using the previous information of the cost of a 4-story building, which is of 300 square meters and a part basement of 200 square meters. It was built at the end of 2009. Okay, the same locality. There is no difference in costs because it is the same locality. The total cost was 225,000. Assume the inflation also inflation rate is 3%. Okay, so 2023, the plinth area of 5-story building is 500, okay, into 5, okay, 500 into 5. Why? Because we have 5-story, okay, so each story area is 500 into 5, 2,500. Plus the part basement or the basement area is 250 already. It's given in the question. So the total of the area will be for that building in 2023 will be this total area. So leave this one because we don't have the much more information to get the cost of this building at this year. We'll go back to our previous information that we have from that building in 2009. And the area, it was 4-story, it was shorter than this building, but the area, one floor is 300 square meter into 4, it will be 1200, and 200 plus 200, 1400. And the cost at that time, it was like 225,000. This will be divided by 1400. Okay, sorry, 14,000, sorry. It will be 160, something like that. Okay, so this is the cost of square meter at 2000 or in 2009. Now we want to have this cost, we want to have it in 2023. So what is the difference? We will go back to the same formula. The difference in years, it will be 14 years. So the present rate for this year, 2023, for example, it will be this, or the future rate, let's say. The present rate, this rate we have for this year, plus 1 into 1 plus 3% to the power of 14, which is the n, it was here. And the n is the time period, we can say, or difference in years between the first building and the reference building. This is 14 years, this amount we will get. Omani Riyals 243 per square meter. So 243 per square meter in two in 2023 year 2023 will be this much. This is a square meter rate, and this is the total area which we have got from here, and this will be the the cost of the building in 2023. Okay, okay. So 2.3. Now this question we have it here is a little bit different. Calculate the estimated cost for a five-story and part basement building to be finished at the end of year 2025 using plinth area method. The area for each floor is 500 square meter, and the area part basement is 250 square meters. Make your estimate using the previous information of the cost of the four-story building. Of 300 square meter and a park basement 200 square meter. It was built at the end of 2009 in the same locality. The total cost was 225. Okay. So assume the inflation rate is 303%, the height of the story. I think it is not the plinth area method, it is volume method. Okay. Okay. Because here we have the height of the stories is 2.8, 4, 3.2, 3.2, 3.2, 3.2 respectively for the new building, and 2.5, 4.2, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5 meters for the previous building. So for this building that we have right now in 2025 that we want to study, or our case, is 5 stories plus basement. 5-story, 250, okay, into 2.8 plus 500 into 4 plus 4 into 500 into 3.2 because we have 4 stories respectively 1, 2, 3, 4. 3.2, 3.2, 3.2, and 3.2. So this is the total volume of the building. This is the volume of the building. Now we want the cost. So let's go back to 2009, 4 stories plus 1 basement. Okay, and here the same thing. We have 2.5 200 meter into 200 meters. This is 300 into 4.1 and so on and so forth. We'll get this volume of the previous building, of the old building. And we have the cost also. So this way we can find from the cost itself and the volume, we can get the rate per cubic meter of the building. So we will divide the total cost. This total cost we will divide it uh, into the volume of the building. We will get the price of the building or the cost of the building per volume cubic meter. Let's go take this one and convert it into this year, which is 2025. And according to the formula, we need to know the time period, which is 16 years. And here we have 1 plus, this is the old one, all the cost, and we have here 1 plus 33% into at the power of 16. We'll get this rate for 2025. So this rate 2025, it will be multiplied by the volume of this building, which is in year 2025. We will get this cost. Okay, so let's go to the final question. To the final question for this part in our class. From the following data, prepare an approximate estimate of a project. The total plinth area of the building is 800 square meter. Plinth area rate is 41 per square meter. It's given. and cost of water supply will be at 7.5% of the cost of the building. Cost of the sanitary and electrification installation each, okay, take care of this one each, 77.5% of each of the cost of the building. Cost of the architectural features will be 1% of the cost of the building. Again, see here, cost of the building. Every time we are saying cost of the building. Cost of the roads and loans, 5% of building cost of the building cost, there is no difference. And cost of contingencies will be 4%. Determine the total cost of the project. So here it's just like a simple question we have, and he's saying, or it's given like it's 800 square meter building. So the plinth area, I want to know the structure. يعني أنا أريد الحين معرفة سعر المبنى ككل، المبنى الإنشائي. عدد الملحقات المذكورة تحته هذه أيضا راح نحسبها على حدة. الآن المبنى هذا حتى أنشئ هذا المبنى كهيكل، سعر المبنى 41 ريال للمتر المربع. 41 ريال per square meter I have. راح نضرب, we will multiply 41 into 800, we will get the cost of the building structure. هذا الستراكشر مال البيلدينج. طيب يقول لك بناء على الحسابات والدراسات السابقة، واحنا قلنا يا اما judgment of experience, judgment or قد تكون يعني عبارة عن معلومات من خبير شخص متخصص، ناخذ الأسعار هذه، وإما أن تكون عن طريق مشاريع سابقة مماثلة. من المشاريع السابقة المماثلة أو من خلال الشخص المتخصص صاحب الاكسبيرينس يعرف أنه الووتر سبلاي بالنسبة للبيلدينج من هذا النوع هي عبارة عن 7.5% من قيمة المبنى. تمام؟ فهذه معلومة given بالكويستشن، بس من وين أخذناها؟ يعني من أين تؤخذ هذه المعلومات عادة؟ تؤخذ بهذه الطريقة، إما شخص متخصص، وإما معلومات موجودة، داتا موجودة عندنا من مشاريع سابقة وإلى آخره. فبالتالي أو من ممارسة المهنة يسموها rule of thumb. أوكي، فبالتالي إحنا عندنا سعر المبنى هو عبارة عن سعر المتر المربع في مساحة المبنى. هذه سهلة ومعروفة، وهذا متعامل فيها الآن في السوق. يعني هذا اللي يتعامل فيه، يقول لك يجيك المقاول يقول لك أنا آخذ 41 ريال بالمتر المربع. كم سعر حجم مساحة المبنى عندك، سواء كانت عمارة أو فيلا أو وات ايفر، يضربها في المساحة عدد الأمتار المربعة، يقول لك أنا آخذها منك بكذا. ضيف عليها، وطبعا هو حاسب كل هذه النسب، احنا الآن مقسميها في مسألتنا. يعني ضيف عليها إذا ردت تشتغل الكهرباء، طبعا هذا اذا اعطاك السعر قال لك هذا ال 41 ريال بالمتر المربع هيكل انشائي فقط، بدون كهرباء، بدون تركيب صحيات، بدون تركيب اللي هي الاركتكتشرال فيتشرز، اللي هي اللي عندك الفيتنجز المعماريه اللي تركبها، مثل الاناره والاناره الخارجيه والاناره الداخليه وبعض السوكيتات وكذا، حاجات اللي هي تكون موجودة في الفيلا يعني. تمام؟ فهذه الاركتكتشرال فيتشر، ممكن في عندك تزيينات وكذا، هاي كلها يعني خارج موضوع الهيكل. فبالتالي انت اذا جاك واحد مقاول وقال لك مثلا انا اخذ منك 41 ريال على الهيكل، وانت مساحة المبنى عندك 800، راح تضرب وتحصل المساحة، تعرف تكلفة مبنى كهيكل. وجاك واحد قال لك انا عندي معلومة انه تقول الووتر سبلاي هذا يكلف 7.5 من سعر المبنى، 7.5%. اوكي، it costs 7.5% of the cost of the building. طيب ردت اركب الصحيات في المبنى والكهربائيات وما اعرف ايش والكذا، يقول لك each one of these, each not both, each one 7.5%. اوكي، so cost of the architecture 1%. اوكي، roads and lawns، الشوارع اللي مؤدية والمخارج من المبنى وكذا، والمناطق الخضراء بتكلف 5% من سعر المبنى. إذا عندك سعر المبنى حصلنا، we have got the price of the building or the cost of the building here. Now we just need to add these prices to the total cost, or to multiply these prices with the total cost. So 7.5%, 7.5% into the cost of the building, we will get this much. So this much to 2,460 riyals we need to spend, or we need to spend for the water supply in the building, which costs 32,800 uh, Omani riyals. 32,800 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 Omani riyals. Okay, so we have the sanitary and electrification installations, and also it costs each one of them. So we have to multiply by 2 because this means sanitary 7.5, electrification 7.5. If we didn't say each, so you can take both of them as 7.5. Okay, cost of electric architectural features will be 1%. Okay, cost of roads and loans will be like this much, 5%, and this will cost us this much. Okay, so what is the total cost of this building? The structure cost plus the water supply plus sanitary and electrification plus architectural features plus roads and loans. So the total cost of the building will be the summation of these all of these prices. So this is the real cost of the building. Now, if you want to calculate the contingencies, contingencies are the percentage that is to be added to the total cost of the building. So it's not right to multiply 4% into this number. Why? Because this number is represents as a part of the total cost of the building. يعني احنا لا نستطيع ان نضرب ال4% نضربها بسعر المبنى الاساسي كما نضرب سعر مثلا الووتر سبلاي او كما نضرب سعر الاركتكتشرال فيتشرز نضربها بسعر المبنى. لا، هي الكونتنجنسي ليست نسبة من سعر المبنى وانما نسبة من سعر المبنى ككل. يعني هل الكونتنجنسي، قلنا الكونتنجنسي تنحط على الخطورة والمشاكل اللي ممكن أن تحصل في المبنى والخسائر اللي ممكن محتملة في هذا المشروع، وبالتالي على أي أساس احنا نضرب ال4% في سعر المبنى فقط الإنشائي؟ لا، الخطورة هذه تتوزع على كل مراحل المشروع وعلى كل مكونات المشروع، وبالتالي أنا أجمع كل مكونات المشروع وأطلع السعر الكلي للمبنى ككل، ثم بعد ذلك اضربها بالكونتنجنسي اللي هي 4%، يطلع لي رقم، هذا هو يعتبر الكونتنجنسي لسعر المبنى ككل. مرة أخرى أكرر، سعر المبنى ككل. ثم نأخذ هذا المبلغ ونجمعه على المبلغ الأصلي ونحصل على السعر للمبنى بعد وإضافة أو أخذ الكونتنجنسيز بنظر الاعتبار. تمام. أي حد في عنده سؤال على هذه المسائل أو عدم وضوح في شرح هذه المسائل، لا بأس بالتواصل معي في إما على القناة وإما على التيمز وإما على الإيميل أو أي وسيلة تواصل متاحة في الكلية. شكرا جزيلا للمتابعة ونلقاكم في المحاضرة القادمة.